Dr. Brandon,
Hey there, Dr. Morgentaler.
it's another episode of the Sex Doctors
It
podcast.
is.
How great to see you.
Oh, it's wonderful to see you as well.
So, I can't wait to hear what you got for us today.
Well, what I have for us today is Match.com's Singles in America survey.
Match.com, the online dating service. I
Exactly.
think the biggest one in the United States.
It may be, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
But, I wouldn't necessarily take this seriously, except that they do this in conjunction with the Kinsey Institute.
Before we start, a small disclaimer. The Sex Doctors podcast is not a substitute for medical or psychological advice.
Oh, yeah. Kinsey Institute's been around for a long time, have done phenomenal sex research,
Exactly.
relationship stuff. Yeah.
And they've been doing this now for 14 years. So it's interesting. It's an annual
You
survey.
mean together, Match and Kinsey.
I'm not
'Cause
sure if
Kinsey,
they've been together for all of that, but Match has been
yeah.
doing this for
And
14
Kinsey's
years.
been around since 50 years or more.
Yeah,
Since
yeah, a long time.
yeah,
So anyway, they had over 75,000 participants in this survey. That's
phenom-
extraordinary,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, phenomenal.
So I thought some of this was really worth just kind of considering. So one thing I noted that was interesting was that 40%, or I'm sorry, 70% of the singles surveyed in their 40s, decade from 40 to 50, said they were frequently turned on.
Ah, that's a lot.
It's a lot, because
Yeah,
we talk about how people are having less sex and how frustrated they are with
right.
dating, but nonetheless, this group in their 40s at least are frequently turned
And
on.
this presumably is men and women.
Yes,
Yeah. So I think I'm happy to hear that.
I know. I was too.
Yeah.
So
Go 40-year-olds.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. So here's another statistic of note: 53% of women said they never watched porn. I thought that was interesting. Only 16% of men never watched porn.
That's funny. 16 versus 53,
Right.
right? So, well, there you go. We've talked so much about that. I mean, you like to make that point, and it's a good one, which is that men and women can be equal sexually in a lot of ways,
Hmm.
but it's a mistake to think that their levels of interest and things are identical.
Exactly. And, depending on how the research is presented, they can make it sound like everything's the same,
Right,
just how they kind of play with the data.
right.
So, like, they could have this is not in this study at all, but just as an example,
Yeah,
researchers can say, the equal number of men and women watched porn in the last month.
yeah,
Okay, so then they say it's an equal amount of
right.
watching porn.
Yeah,
When in fact, the reality was, women watched it twice in a month and men watched it
right,
like, 90% of the
right.
days.
But that data point, what I'm getting is that about 4/5 of men
Uh-huh.
will watch porn at some frequency,
Mhm.
and about half the women will.
Mhm. Mhm. But we don't know exactly how much. But anyway, I think that that's an interesting
Yeah,
point.
very interesting.
As a couples therapist, it can create challenges for couples when one person is sort of pro porn and one isn't.
Yeah,
That can create a lot of challenge.
yeah.
So I thought it was worth
And
us
you
talking
and
about.
you can watch porn without necessarily being pro porn.
That's true. That's true.
You might just be a user.
You might just be a user and not like it.
Yeah, let's be. Some people smoke. They're not necessarily pro smoking.
Okay, that's true.
They're consumers of it.
Got it. That's an interesting point.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 in 10 singles said that porn changed the way they approach the bedroom and has even altered in both good and bad ways their sexual expectations.
Wow.
4 in 10.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So, you and I have talked, what that makes me think of is some of our prior conversations during these podcasts,
Hmm.
where I don't know if it's a concern, but one of the ideas that we've talked about is that porn, especially for younger people, educates them about what sex is,
Right.
right? And so they learn things from porn which may not always be
Accurate.
realistic,
Yeah.
accurate.
Right.
Um,
Right.
yeah,
So yeah. So we know that porn is like sexual theater. This isn't to
right.
like this is not a vote pro or against, but that's just what it is. But if that's what people are learning is sex, they're actually not learning what people maybe necessarily even want in bed.
Right?
So that's troublesome.
Yeah.
Um, 70% of singles reported a worsening emotional disconnect between today's men and women.
Huh.
Okay, that worries me so much. And
Yeah.
I think that's obvious and
Yeah.
that's been going on for a while.
Yeah.
But that saddens me
Yeah.
and worries me. Okay, more data.
Yeah. And if I may, so I don't know if they got to this, but if this survey was done amongst people who are on Match.com
Hmm.
and they're singles by definition,
Yes.
right? In this thing, so number one, they're single, but they're also looking.
Hmm.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be on that website,
Hmm.
right? There are some singles out there who aren't actively pursuing anything. It's could be a
Absolutely.
different population. So these are people who are actively seeking,
Yeah,
and so they're experiencing a disconnect, and it's not really surprising, is it?
it's not. I see it all over the place.
Yeah.
So I'd like to talk about that more, but probably not today. Okay, so 73% of singles said they believe romantic love can last forever.
Aw,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I mean,
sweet.
yeah.
Is it?
Well, I think that that's unrealistic for most people. I mean, theoretically, is it possible? I mean, yeah, we've met some couples that have really impressed us, that have been together for like many decades, all their lives, and still seem to have a spark together. We both have met them. We've talked
Yep.
about having them on the show, but most people don't fall in that category.
No. But so it's interesting because that's like it's almost like a belief system,
Yeah.
right? And it's not about whether people are going to encounter it, but whether or not they think that it's possible,
Hmm.
right? I think it's, somebody could say, I think it's possible for two people to meet, and it's fantastic, and this is the one person on earth for me.
Right.
But they might already be in a relationship or have been in relationships and have come up with a rude awakening where it wasn't like that. But they might still have that aspiration.
Well, that worries me because the vast majority of people will not experience that.
Right.
And that just sets up an expectation that's going to lead to frustration and
Yeah.
grief and all of that. Like, I would much prefer, as a therapist, that people go out into the experience of dating and, connecting and marriage or whatever with the awareness that most relationships actually don't last a lifetime. And that doesn't mean that everybody's doing something wrong when it, ends. So we've got this thing going in our culture where somebody's to blame and someone's horrible when a relationship ends. And that saddens me too, because this is like for most relationships, the natural course of things. Why do we have to blame someone for it?
Yeah. And what is it? What are the numbers? Somewhere around 50% of marriages end up in divorce.
Right.
And there's a heck of a lot other couples that are still married. They may not have taken the step of divorce, but they may be separated, or they may live in the same household, but
Right.
in separate
Right.
lives almost.
So the best sort of estimate right now is that a quarter of marriages are sexless. 25% of marriages are sexless.
Wow.
So that's a huge number.
Yeah.
Those are people who are still together. So anyway, this saddens me when 73% of singles say they believe in romantic love lasting forever because, they're going to get hurt for the most part if that's what they believe.
Yeah. I still think it's sweet.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Um 51%, half, think there's one perfect match out there for them.
Yeah.
Oh, that one gets me too.
Yeah. That one's, yeah.
Mm,
What's there to say about that? Like, that makes no sense.
right.
It's a little bit more of it's a fantasy.
It's a
It's a
fantasy.
fantasy of
That's
romantic
right.
love. You complete me, nobody else gets me. Now, but you know what I would say about
I
it?
don't even think it's you complete me, no one else gets me. It's that there's this one person.
Yeah.
Now, wouldn't that make you crazy to try to find that one person? What if there was one cat out there for me?
Yeah.
And I went to meet every kitten I could find and cat to find the right cat for me. Like, I'd be crazy. I'd be frustrated. I'd be exhausted.
Yeah.
Like
And if you're on Match.com or some other one, how many dates do you have to go on to find that one person
yeah, you can't
out of
stop
the thousands of people in your area?
because every single one you date, you'd see the problem. Like
Right.
this can't be the perfect person.
Right. Knock them off your list.
Right.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
So that one worries me too. So when people say like you hear all the time in the media, folks' expectations are too high.
I have to wonder. I don't think that they broke those numbers down by age, but
And some of these they did, but
I
not
have
enough.
to wonder if that idea about the perfect partner is more common. That belief is more common in younger
I
people.
bet you're right. I bet you're right.
Because, I think that as people get to a certain age, especially if they've already been in a
Mhm.
relationship, long-term relationship,
Mhm.
and it's failed and they've moved on,
Mhm.
I think that they have more realistic understanding about
For
things.
sure. Who was that anthropologist? She's been dead for a long time now. Margaret Mead.
Margaret Mead, I was going to, yeah, one of the few anthropologists whose name I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been Margaret Mead.
So she had some great quote, and I'm gonna kind of make it up, but it's the basis of it is true. She said something like, "I've had 6 marriages." She had a lot of marriages,
Wow.
whatever she had.
Wow.
Okay, and they were all successes. Like I love that.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So okay, let's see here. Adults under 30 represent the age group with the highest percentage of single people at approximately 47%. So adults under 30, uh, the highest percentage of singles.
Yeah, well, that makes sense because many of them are still unmarried and they're looking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I don't know that that meant,
more people get married over time.
yeah. Okay. All right. Um, 63% of men younger than 30 reported that they're single. Meanwhile, only 34% of women in that same age group described themselves as single.
Is this still the Match.com
Yeah.
survey?
Mhm.
So why are you on Match.com if you're
Yeah, I don't
not
quite
single?
well, okay, that's a good point. Leave it to you, Harvard.
Yeah. Well, you have to wonder whether the Kinsey Institute is adding in some additional data here that may not all be derived from
Oh,
the online site,
I don't think so.
or
Mhm.
are people on the online dating site matched up, but they're looking for
That's what I
somebody
think.
else?
That's what I think.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Well, then those are big numbers then.
correct. Big
Right?
differences, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. As of 2021, 25% of 40-year-olds in the US had never been married, approximately a 400% increase from 1980.
Wow.
400% increase.
That's something. So that
Yeah.
can't be from the That's got to be a more
Mhm.
general survey of what's going on.
Mhm.
25% of 40-year-olds?
Yeah, never married.
Yeah. It's our parents' generation.
Mhm.
Um, it was rare for people to not
Yeah.
be partnered.
Yeah. Right.
Some of those people were gay,
Mhm.
but nobody knew.
Mhm.
And so, like, they used to talk about the single man, eligible man. They'd always call him like a bachelor.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So that's he probably was gay. Some of them may have been resistant to whatever. They may have been introverted or shy or
Uh-huh.
awkward or whatever.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But it was just expected that that's what people did, and often they got married
Right.
at very young ages.
You're right.
And I think the age of marriage has been advancing too.
Mhm. So I just wanna say we're not here advocating marriage.
No,
Like, this isn't about that. This is just about recognizing the shifts in society that are so dramatic.
yeah. Although I have to tell you, I'm very happy in my
Oh,
marriage.
me too. Me too. But it's not like we're saying, people should be married.
No,
We're just recognizing
yeah,
this
absolutely,
change over
yeah.
time.
That's
Okay.
it. It's neither good nor bad. It's just an interesting change in how society is getting
Yeah.
developing.
Well, frankly, for me, I think it's good because there's a lot of, sort of support and
Yeah.
connection that comes along with being married. And I find the world really stressful and overwhelming. And I sure don't want to be trying to do it alone. Like, I've got someone, you, who has my back. So, and someone who cares whatever challenges I have in my day. So,
Well, you're a
ah,
very capable person.
well,
But
thank you.
but there's no doubt that and listen, in some cultures, that's what marriage was, right? It wasn't about love,
No.
romantic love, right?
Yeah.
Um, I had a person who trained with me who was from India,
Mhm.
who was part of an arranged marriage,
Mhm.
and he was Americanized, but he went back and his mother was always after him, to meet somebody. And anyway, so they do the arranged marriage, and what he described to me is like you don't really know each other,
Mhm.
and but both sides are committed to making it work. So you have to learn about each other, and there was something that was really very, I thought, touching and moving, and
Yep.
like it's a project for both of them,
Mhm.
and they're committed to the project,
And I've heard sweet stories about it and very much
of course.
not great stories
Yeah.
about that,
Yeah.
about arranged
Yeah.
marriage. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I agree. Listen, I think there's more freedom for people to not do what the culture tells them to do,
Mhm. Which is great.
right? Like in the olden days, again, I think sort of our parents' generation, there was this pressure to get married and to have children, often very at a young age too,
Yeah.
where maybe that wasn't really what people wanted to be doing.
Mhm.
I think a lot of people had kids who maybe they shouldn't have.
Mhm.
They weren't going to be good parents. They weren't feeling
Mhm.
um, particularly parental.
Mhm. You know, what I hear from women today is they don't wanna get married because they don't wanna give up, a part of their life, and, that kinda breaks my heart because to me, marriage enables you to kind of, like, engage all parts of your life, like, that's
Mm.
my experience of it. I
Yeah.
don't have to give anything up. It gives me, the ability to do more, not less.
Yeah. But you are hopefully, you'd say, in a good marriage.
Yes, I would s
But the
funny you say I would say that.
but well, I'd say the same. But I think for some people,
Yeah.
even if they're not married, the idea of giving up their independence or doing
Mhm.
things exactly the way that they've always done it and
Yeah.
want to be doing in the
Yeah.
future, I think that's part of what they feel they might be giving up if they were to get married.
I think that's astute. Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
On.
Okay. 90% of singles say sexual chemistry is crucial.
Yeah.
I get that. That's a lot, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, again, it's a cultural thing, right?
Mhm.
So if you come from a culture where we're just talking about arranged marriages,
Yeah.
um, that's not part of that.
Right.
Yeah. So a very different expectation. I mean, listen, I think we live in a day and an age where there's sex everywhere you can look,
Mhm.
right? And we have all sorts of, you could call porn sex aspirational. Right? Like
I guess you could do
like
that.
people
Yeah.
are seeing things they say, "Oh yeah, that's amazing."
Uh-huh.
That's what they want, or at
Uh-huh.
least that's what they find turns them on. So, of course, sexual chemistry is going to be something that they do. But I have to tell you, so and I'm just going to tell a little story to our listeners. So we were recently at a conference where both of us spoke, and I got to hear Marianne speak, and she wowed in Aspen, and she
Oh,
wowed the audience. It was not a medical audience or psychologist, just it was a speaker series, and you were talking about the most common searched forms of porn
yeah.
on Pornhub, I think, or something, right?
Uh-huh.
It's a manual thing.
Uh-huh.
And the number one item was hentai,
Yeah.
which is what basically like cartoon
Mhm.
cartoon sex,
Mhm. Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Often with non-humans, with beings represented who aren't human,
Correct.
right? Like animals or aliens or pixies or
Right.
whatever they are.
Oftentimes, they're characters from people's video games.
Yeah. So and that's especially true, I think, in the younger
Right.
folks. And so we've got the younger folks who are getting excited about things that isn't about human sex.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's con
So you have to wonder about what sexual chemistry is going to be and whether people are going to be
Wow.
disappointed having it with another human. And maybe if your brain gets trained on
Mhm.
hentai porn,
Mhm.
sexual chemistry is something you can only have with an alien.
You're not I get it. Your point sounds crazy, but it's not, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's something to consider, right? I
yeah.
mean,
Boy, am I glad I'm not growing up right now.
I know. I know. Um, so Gen Z, the most sexually conservative generation, 29% saying sex should happen after a committed relationship. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Because that's not really where people's heads were at when I grew up. You?
Yeah, but again, I think that's going to be so. I would wonder if you looked at religious backgrounds,
Mhm.
whether
Mhm.
especially sort of in the heartland Bible Belt, away from the big cities, whether you might find a bigger percentage that believe in
That's fair. I think that's right. Yeah. People in this generation are most likely to be intentionally celibate.
that. Yeah,
69% of Gen Zers say they're not ready for a relationship, even though they want one.
what do you make of that?
So I think that's really interesting. They're not ready. My guess is this world is so overwhelming.
Yeah,
I think you don't have to, but it helps to feel like you kind of got your ducks in a row
yeah,
before you start looking for connection.
yeah,
And it's hard to feel like you have your ducks in a row these days. There's just like,
yeah. People are overwhelmed.
right,
Yeah, everybody's stressed.
right.
And you know what the thing that strikes me about that is that when I was growing up, having your ducks in a row often meant that you were in a relationship.
Uh
Like
huh.
that was
Yeah,
one of the
that's
top
true.
it felt like a priority,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
Hmm.
And so now we have, the younger generation that's grown up really with more isolation, I think, social isolation.
Hmm.
Um, they don't have the pressures to be in relationship. Everything is getting deferred, right? Child rearing is happening at later age.
Yeah.
Marriages are happening at later age.
Mm-hmm.
So people are by themselves longer,
Mm-hmm.
later into life,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see that once you get past a certain age, you say, "Well, this is an option for me. It's not mandatory."
Right, right. And it's true. It's an option.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But at
y-
the same time, this group is so lonely. I
yeah,
mean, and they're the most stressed. And so
yeah,
they're struggling. Um, Only 49% of Gen Z participants say they want children at some point, which is lower than past generations of that age.
yeah. I think it's the same,
Yeah.
same story.
Well, if you're so stressed yourself, like how do you
How do you take care of somebody else?
exactly?
And
I
that's
totally
true
get
also
that.
that's true also for relationships.
Yeah,
How can I provide for somebody else when I can barely feel like I'm making it on my own?
exactly.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense. Um, I don't know. I'm skimming through some of the stuff because it may
Well,
not be.
I think
Think we've done it,
yeah, I think I mean those are interesting
aren't they?
statistics, yeah.
Yeah.
And amazing like things are changing and it feels like they're changing fast, aren't
Right.
they?
Yeah. Absolutely. It's really amazing to me how
Yeah.
quickly things are moving.
I saw something in there that I didn't quite understand, but it still made an impact on me in those statistics about the use of AI, how AI
Hmm.
use is exploding and affecting
Yeah.
relationships, at least on the online
Yep.
thing. I mean, what I sort of got out of it is that I guess there are these AI online tools that can
Yeah.
help write your profile better,
Right. They
right?
can help you, like, actively flirt, like,
Yeah,
moment by moment, kind of give you feedback about how to
isn't
what to
that
say next or
isn't
whatever.
that something?
Yeah.
It's like you have a life coach,
Right.
dating coach, conversation coach. You can imagine two people like having a conversation where each of them are consulting their own AI to say what
I know.
next,
I know.
right?
Which
And then if they actually meet one day and
that's the
have
pr
to have a conversation, they're just gonna look at each other.
Oh, oh, I worry about people,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. Well, Dr. Brandon,
Yes, Dr. Morgentaler.
there it is, the world of singles and statistics.
There it is. So
Well, listen, I can't wait to do another podcast.
yeah, me too.
Yeah. So this brings us to a close of this Sex Doctors podcast. You can
Yes.
find us on the sexdoctorspodcast.com. And you have any advice for anybody who's watching us?
You mean about
Giving us a thumbs up,
oh,
subscribe, subscribing.
that's exactly what I would have said,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, I don't want to steal your thunder.
Oh, give us a thumbs up if you like us and subscribe.
And tell all your friends this is the podcast to listen to. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.